you do not want to miss the crazy method I have come up with to become completely undetectable. Do I look like the type of person who would help kids cheat their way into college? Here I stand in a video that's going to help thousands of kids get into the college of their dreams with the help of AI, totally undetected. Why? Because it isn't cheating. It's the most fair thing that has happened to college admissions in years. I'm going to explain why that's true, how to create an essay, and how not to get caught in this video. And for business owners who are watching, pay close attention because this isn't just for ambitious students. I'm going to show you how these same AI techniques are the ones that will skyrocket your business's appeal to clients. So let's get started. We're going to unlock the secret to a standout college essay with AI, but without the backlash. Have you wondered why some AI applications get through and almost all the other ones get rejected? It's not just about using AI, it's about using AI smartly. Is that a word? You do not want to miss the crazy method I have come up with to become completely undetectable. A friend of mine in the college admissions arena told me that one college rejected 90% of students' applications last year because it was clear that they used AI to write their admissions essay. And so AI was to blame. But I'll give a different angle. I think stupid use of AI was to blame. Because here's the interesting detail she added. They said that all the essays sounded the same. They didn't even need AI detectors, although they routinely use them now. I would have rejected them too. Not for using AI, which will soon be as essential as knowing how to use a laptop, but because I don't need idiots on my campus. Throughout history, a lot of technologies have shaken up the norms in education. From the transition to laptops in the classroom to the acceptance of calculators, there's always a learning curve. And now, AI is the new frontier with its own set of rules and its own set of pitfalls. So, when I was a kid, we were one of the first families in our area to have a personal computer at home. But when I tried to hand in a 4th grade report that was typed, it was sent back. The teacher said all reports had to be handwritten because they couldn't see that typing would become more important in my life than writing. Michael similarly wasn't allowed to use Wikipedia because, of course, learning to use encyclopedias clearly is an essential life skill. But people using ChatGPT to write college admissions essays are on the forefront, and when you're there, you feel the pushback from everyone who doesn't yet see that this change is inevitable. We all use laptops now, no one uses encyclopedias. And in a few years, AI will be as acceptable as spell checking is. But right now, using AI means you're on the leading edge. And while this sounds like why I'm helping with this cheating, my real reason goes much deeper to the fairness of college admission, especially in light of celebrity payoffs and a sense that the famous or wealthy have a huge advantage. I'll get to that soon, but we need to get to work here on the essay first. So here's the trick. Using AI unwisely can backfire big time. College admission staff in general view AI as a 4-letter word, which makes me kind of doubt whether they're qualified for their job because it's clearly a 2-letter word or maybe a 22-letter word or 7, but it's definitely not 4. So that's why our final step in this process is a simple yet really powerful technique I came up with, and it's essential for your essay's success. Do not skip it. This is your future. You must do all of these steps. Oh, and also, before we go any further, comment below on what your dream school is so we can all cheer you on. Let's cheer them on in the comments. Starting with AI can seem daunting, but it's all about the approach. You need to set the stage for a partnership with AI, not a takeover. So we'll find your essay's goals and ensure that the AI amplifies your voice and doesn't replace it. And here, I should take a moment to convince you that I'm actually qualified to get you into college. I have 100% track record for college acceptances. I have admissions letters from Caltech, MIT, Yale, Johns Hopkins, University of California, Berkeley, University of Virginia, UNC, UPenn. Overall, 13 universities have given me college acceptance letters. Those aren't real letters, they're just from my recycling bin. I don't know where they are. And I've been trained by both college admissions staff and scholarship selection committees. I know how to look good on paper. I'm a decent student, but on paper, I'd have you drooling over me. And you can do it too. I need you to trust me that everything you need is already who you are. Just keep going through the steps with me. And it's okay if you don't believe me, because I'm going to explain how you're a better candidate than I was. Right now, the biggest risk you have is an essay that sounds generic and sets off alarm bells for admissions officers. You're the driver. You're the one who's going to use ChatGPT as the ultimate mentor to make writing your admissions essay something you feel confident and excited about. It's about layering your ChatGPT prompts to reflect your unique story. Okay, so this is the set of prompts you're going to need to go through. Don't skip any steps. There's a PDF below so you can check them all off. The PDF includes all the prompts you need, but you need to make sure you understand all the steps in this video. Here I'm going to open up a chat and tell you how I get started. I'm using ChatGPT.
How to use ChatGPT.
I'm going to first start with my outcome. Everyone who's not writing an essay, this is for you also. I'm going to do what I do every time. I start with my outcome and then topping and tailing. My outcome is where I'm heading with this. Topping is who's the expert I need you to be, and tailing is who we're speaking to. Miss this step and you might as well be submitting someone else's essay, which is a shame because you're the perfect fit for the right school. And you just need to find that match.
Okay, picture this. Alex, a typical high schooler, stumbles upon what looks like a relic from the AI's dark ages. But, plot twist, it's a mystical AI mentor. Yeah, you heard that right.
Greetings, young seeker. In the labyrinth of words, your truth awaits discovery.
Alex, a bit baffled but rolling with it, decides to give this ancient AI a whirl for the dreaded college admission essay. Because why not?
Can you really help me write something unique?
Yes, but the journey of words must be yours. I am but a guide through the forest of your thoughts.
We'll catch up with these two again in a moment.
Okay, let's tell what we need to do. I need your help with something important. My college admissions essay. Please act as a college admissions staff member with 20 years of experience reading essays who also consult students on how to create top-performing applications. Please ask me questions about what you need to know about me to create a really compelling essay. Absolutely, I'd be happy to craft a compelling college admissions essay. Let's start by gathering some key information. Background and interests. Could you tell me about your academic background? What are some of your most significant achievements? College goals. What are your goals for your college experience? Personal qualities. What personal qualities or characteristics do you think set you apart? Essay theme. Do you have any ideas or themes in mind for your essay? Influential experiences or people? Future vision. Where do you see yourself in the future? Specific colleges. Are you targeting any specific colleges?
Meanwhile, Alex and the mystical AI relic dive in. Alex is spilling life stories, and the AI is throwing back wisdom like some kind of digital Yoda.
Look within, Alex. Your experiences are the ink with which you'll write your destiny.
Cue the eye rolls from Alex's friends.
You're trusting your future to that ancient AI paperweight? Expect a super lame essay, sucker.
But Alex, unfazed by the snark, sticks with it.
I don't know, but it's helping me see things differently.
Our AI Yoda keeps it real, talking about being genuine and stuff.
In authenticity, your power lies. Fear not the judgment of others.
In a minute, I'm going to show you how to organize all of this, but hang with me for now. Because before we start, there's an elephant in the room. Your insecurity that you aren't good enough. I know that because I felt that every time I applied to school. And you're thinking like, how do I compete with straight A students and spelling bee champions? But that actually isn't what universities want. Universities want diverse people with experience and resilience. I had a lot of great stuff on paper, but what I didn't have were a lot of obstacles. And that doesn't serve you. No one makes it through life without obstacles. If you've had obstacles and overcome them, that's an incredibly powerful set of information to have in an essay. So we aren't capturing the scores here. We're capturing who you are and how you became that person and why you'll be an amazing addition to their campus and their program. And some of you might not even realize all the adversity that's happened in your life. Maybe you've moved in the school year along the way, or maybe your parents got divorced. All of you lived through COVID, and that had all sorts of impacts on your life. Any single aspect of that could be a compelling part that shows your resilience and the fact that you don't quit and that you find solutions. So now we need to make the ChatGPT become an expert about you. Did I just say the ChatGPT? I sound like my grandmother. Okay, I now put in a prompt telling it how I'm going to do this process. I said, I'm going to capture transcripts to answer these questions. Please give me a detailed summary of every point I make in outline form, including and paying special attention to stories, anecdotes, and examples. And great, it says it's happy with that process. So let's make ChatGPT an expert about you. Voice to text on your phone is going to be your new best friend. Setting up voice is easy. There's a video in the description if you need any guidance. I do not recommend doing this in conversation mode. The reason I say we need voice to text, not conversation mode, is you're going to open your phone's app and open this exact chat by going into your history. So you'll be able to find this exact chat that we've just set up. It's gonna have the questions in there. You might also refer the questions in my PDF to see if there's anything else you'd prefer to answer. You're not even locked in here. This is your essay. So open it up, hit the microphone button. It's just gonna start recording. Keep your recording, I advise under 5 minutes. So you're gonna go through question by question, and you can ask AI to be an advisor. It's like having a conversation with a trusted friend, someone who can really work with you. And make sure you have a lengthy conversation. You're digging into your experiences. Make sure you thought about, what are you proud of? What challenges have you overcome? Or what do you love to learn? What are your dreams? What values do you hold dear? What are you grateful for in your life? Who's been the most influential person in your life? What turns you off and what bores you? What's the hardest thing you ever did? Encourage AI and ChatGPT to persist with these questions, and don't give up until you've found some experiences, and make sure you don't underestimate your own value, because the university needs to know why they benefit by having you on their campus. I would make sure to answer a minimum of 10 questions. That'd be the very minimum. That'd probably only take you half an hour. And the next thing you're gonna ask is for it to give you a detailed profile of yourself. And then you get to have a moment of amazement about how incredible you are. Most people have never really seen an outside view of who they are. But when you dig deep and show the best parts of you and the worst, all the parts that were interesting and compelling, you're gonna see that ChatGPT sees you in a light that you might be too self-critical to see yourself. And I know that because we have business owners we work with all the time talking about the way they engage with clients and the way their business treats people, and we teach ChatGPT to become experts on their business. They have a moment that looks like this.
My husband would be shocked to hear me say I'm speechless. I mean, that is me. That is so good.
And it can be really a revelation to see someone else's reflection of who you are back. So enjoy that moment. And for my business owners, this is parallel, obviously, to teaching ChatGPT to know your business inside and out. If you haven't done this for your business using AI, then watch the video linked in the description. This is one of the first 2 things every business owner needs to do if they're gonna use ChatGPT or any other AI. Okay, next step. This is gonna start speeding up now. You have definitely done the longest part of this process. Next is an outline, because an outline is like your roadmap, and every destination needs a good one. Now, I wanna make it clear that we are not writing the essay just yet. Resist the urge to skip the outline, and this step is super fast because ChatGPT is built for organizing. Okay, now at this point, I'm gonna do exactly what you shouldn't do, but that's because I'm not gonna record an hour of, fake student stuff. I'm actually just putting in, I love to play piano. The thing I missed most during COVID lockdowns was getting to connect with the kids at the music school I go to. My family is important to me. That's not adequate, because this is gonna give you a pretty generic concept. You will have just done the previous step, told it all sorts of interesting things about you. So when you ask it to create an outline for you, it's really gonna have something to say. Yours is going to be 1,000 times better than this. Now at this point, you're going to copy in what the college essay question is that we're working on here. Isn't it funny? We haven't even given it the question yet at this point. So you're gonna copy in exactly what question you're answering and its word limit. So the essay is describe a significant challenge you faced and the steps you've taken to overcome this challenge. How has the challenge affected your academic achievements or personal growth? What did you learn about yourself through this experience? And limit it to 650 words. It only had 3 facts about me, about this character I'm creating, and it created an entire outline that's really good. Like the introduction, how the challenge of COVID lockdowns impacted your musical journey, how this challenge led to personal growth and a deeper appreciation for your family, background and context, describe your passion for playing, elaborate on the role of the music school in your pre-pandemic life, the impact of the lockdowns, overcoming the challenge, express the emotional and creative void this created, initiatives taken that you used to adapt, emphasize the support of your family during this time. Number 5, personal growth and learning. How did this challenge lead to self-discovery, resilience, adaptability? Share insights about the role of music in your life. Connect this experience to your academic and personal goals for college. And then conclusion. Conclude by expressing your readiness to embrace college challenges. So that's great. And you can actually imagine just writing that. That would be easier than answering the original question. It gives you so much more you could write about. But of course, we're gonna have ChatGPT write it. Now you're gonna go through this outline line by line because you're gonna have put in way more than what this can use. You might have more than one essay, so no problem, it's not wasted time. See if anything you shared that feels powerful is missing, and then add it in, just say, oh, section 5, I would really like to include the anecdote I shared about that. You get it. You're trying to make this outline really reflect you powerfully. So you're not working on an essay yet, you're just working on an outline. And at this point, once it feels powerful and nothing's missing, we are at the moment you've been waiting for. It's next, but I'm telling you now, we are not at the end. If you write your essay and then turn off this video, you will get rejected. That's what we learned last year. And I cannot have that on my conscience because I'm really cheering you on and I'm a huge fan. Avoiding detection is coming in just a moment. Don't skip that part. Now it's time to bring your outline to life. What we're gonna do is ask for a draft. So I love this. I wrote, could you give me a first draft that you think would impress the college admissions staff? And it says, certainly. And based on the outline and information you provided, here's a first draft of your college admissions essay. Oh, look at that. The abrupt silence of the piano keys during COVID-19 lockdowns echoed the emptiness I felt. Okay. It's gonna keep generating, but don't worry, because that's only the first thing we're gonna do. Never ever, when you're using ChatGPT for anything, never accept the first draft. So, after it finishes, you're gonna have it create an essay probably a minimum of 6 more times. So read through this, and especially if you have a first impression, like, I wish it told the story better, or I wish it had more about this one part that it only mentions in one sentence. Whatever your first reaction of thinking like, I think I'll have to edit that in, the first thing you're gonna do is say, please write it again. Anything that hit me on the first read, I would say, this seems like it missed a big important story or something was emphasized where it shouldn't have been. I would make that original correction to the content first. Next I would try, and all these steps are gonna be in the PDF, I'd say try making it 30% shorter without changing the content. Often that will tighten up the language and make it read much better. This is true in advertising too. You spend all day drafting something and then the next day you go in and cut 30% of it, it is always gonna come out better. Then you'd say, okay, now start the essay in a moment of my life with the highest amount of drama. And then I might say, use more emotive words, or amplify the optimism, or turn up the emphasis on my resilience, or my strength, or my hard work, or add more detail to the anecdotes. Or I might say, make it more connected. And then I might say, make it more formal. Then I might say, make it more casual. And you can see pretty quickly, someone like me ends up with like 10 drafts. That might be more than you need. But you do see how each of those starts to give you a different look at how it could be. And you're gonna start to see parts that you love coming out of these drafts. Each time you read one, whatever parts you love the most, you go ahead and give that feedback back. Just say, I love the paragraph that starts with this, or this sentence is amazing, I love it. Give it tons of feedback, because that's also adding in more of you. And the point of a college admissions essay is to show off who you are. So once you've given it feedback, do a final prompt where you ask for a final version that's a proper 10 out of 10, showcasing you as an amazing person. You don't even have to think it's the best, but you might as well see what that one is. Now remember, as much as these essays are proper personal essays that clearly are unique to you, there is still a huge liability we're working with here, because AI detectors that universities use could still pick them up, and we are going to eliminate that risk next. And this is where I know that helping you write an admissions essay isn't cheating, and it's fair.
Let's check back in on our friend Alex. He's worried. Is Alex cheating the system or just being savvy?
I'm just afraid this might be wrong. Am I cheating?
True wisdom is knowing how to use the tools at your disposal. Your integrity remains yours to keep.
So let's imagine that you have an incredibly active parent, or parents, like I did, or you have a great teacher, or an actual useful guidance counselor at your school. You'd have someone to talk through your ideas about with this essay. You'd be able to get encouragement. You'd be able to get structure. You'd be able to have them remind you how unique and special you are. And they'd probably even be able to edit it. But most of you don't know someone with my strange expertise, or have someone qualified to edit and advise you. So I'm really proud to help you use AI correctly. You're using it as an advisor who understands your outcomes. You're not using it as a cheat, no more than anyone who's letting their parents help them write or their guidance counselors take a look at their essays. And I'd love to hear what the others think and if they agree. Because personally, I would love for thousands of students to learn right now how powerful AI is if you use it well. Because someday I need to hire you. Now I've said it before, super important, don't skip the next step. I'm gonna take you back to a time when computers were a luxury and like there was green text on a black screen that was considered the cutting edge. And yes, I'm that old, and please don't do the math. Believe it or not, this is not a trip down memory lane. It holds the actual key to your modern day AI detection dilemma. As a kid, I learned to type on those early computers, but teachers insisted on handwritten submissions. So I'd type everything out, and then, ridiculously, I would handwrite the final copy. It seemed so pointless, but now it turns out to have taught me a valuable lesson that for the first time I am using. This step is about embracing the new in AI while respecting the wishes of the admissions staff. You'll use AI's insight, and you have used it, to craft an essay that's uniquely you. When it's time to submit, you're gonna take a step into the time machine and travel all the way back to 2022. Here's what you're gonna do. You are gonna read those essays, especially the one you like the most. You're gonna absorb them. Take as much time as you want. Take a day, take a few days, or do it while it's fresh, whatever. And then put them away, okay? Close them on your screen. Keep only the outline in front of you and rewrite the essay in your own words. Now, I don't mean like handwrite, like that old school. I just mean with no AI generated text in front of you, just the outline. Go back and just, try to type out a great essay, start to finish, working through that outline and having already read a whole bunch of great essays written about you. This is how you ensure that your essay is 100% original. It's infused with AI's guidance, but written by your hands, typed by your hands. No AI detection, just your authentic voice that's been honed and guided by technology, but not replaced by it. After you write this, make sure you don't process it back into AI. Only let humans touch this or make any revisions or suggestions once you've done this step. And yeah, I know, you could have alternate AIs like Claude write it, which are harder to detect. But here's the thing, the detector technologies are continuously updated. And so even if you check it right now when you submit it, you can't be sure what's gonna be clear, even a week from now when they actually get read by an admissions staff. And this is a huge, huge risk. So this is much better to use the process I just showed you, to use AI as an advisor, but then you actually write it yourself. And with the outline in front of you and having read multiple versions of this essay already, writing it yourself is gonna take you like 20 minutes tops. So don't skip this, a ton is at stake. This is how you avoid getting detected, and avoiding getting detected is how you avoid getting rejection. And I get the irony. Like, the kicker here is that the professional world loves AI, and so should universities. Your AI skills are a plus, not a cheat. And if you misunderstand this, then you're undervaluing a skill that's increasingly in demand. So commit to being among the AI rock stars, not a lazy user who takes the first answer, doesn't personalize it, and honestly deserves to get caught and not get into the colleges they wanted to.
Then the dreaded wait. Weeks of nail-biting suspense. No letter. The doubt creeps in.
Did that old piece of junk botch my chances?
But then, on a gray February day filled with teen despair, it arrives. The acceptance letter. Alex is in.
This is insane! My essay turned into a golden ticket. Hey AI mystic thing, we did it!
Destiny's fabric, ever woven by unseen hands.
Dude, what does that even mean? You're so weird.
And my business owner friends who are watching this, if you want to use AI, but it always seems so generic and fake, like last year's admissions essays, it's because you skipped the step that these students just did. You didn't teach it enough about your business. Watch this video that's going to change everything about everything that AI can create for you.